How's it going, guys? It's Wheelie. Just heads up, this video, it's gonna be weird and it's gonna be really long. It's because we're gonna be interviewing both Team Aqua leader, which is me, and Team Magma leader, which is Spartan CT, a member of Weekly Weedle. And usually we don't do two interviews in one video because, like I said, it's gonna be really long. But you guys, we did have each member ask each other questions. So I sent questions to ask for Spartan about Magma, and Magma sent questions to ask me, which is Aqua. So that's gonna be interesting, and a little challenge for you guys. And we have two ways you can win some prize money. First is first five people to answer, or first five people to reply down below who you thought had the better questions for their opponent or for their opposite team. So who do you think had better questions, me or Spartan, to ask, and who do you think had better answers to the questions? So comment down below, or in the forum post. And also, you guys, just for a little challenge, first five people also can answer what's the difference between the two songs that play in the background. Like I said, comment down below. What are the two differences? There are two different songs. They sound alike, but they're two different songs. What is the difference, or not the difference, but what's the difference between them, or what's the two songs? They sound the same, but they're not. There's two different songs. They sound the same, but they're not. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna stop blabbering, and the prize is 10K per person. So again, first five people only. Good luck and enjoy the video.
Hello, Weekly Weedle fans! We are so glad to have you today. For today, we have something amazing. We have one half of a special two-part, because for this week, we are interviewing the Hoenn villain teams. And so for today, we have the one of the Hoenn villain team leaders, Spartan CT, who is leader of Team Magma. So welcome, Spartan.
Thank you for having me.
And Spartan here is one of our other fellow Weekly Weedle staff members. So yeah, so that'll make it even more exciting. Alrighty, so to start out with, we are just going to start with some basic get to know you sort of questions. So do tell us, what got you hooked on the Pokemon?
I first started back when they brought out the original games, Red, Blue and Yellow, on the old Game Boy. They didn't even have color games back then. But I've played pretty much one of every generation up to Black and White Original and Omega Ruby. Plus have a nice little collection of Pokemon cards.
Oh, nice.
Still get the odd set occasionally.
So you don't actively play the trading card game anymore?
I've never... Aside from my own crazy rule sets, I pretty much just collect them.
That's still right on the... Alright, so tell us, Spartan, what do you like to do most on PokeMC?
Observe what goes on from the shadows, and keep an eye on things.
Alrighty, and tell us, what type of music do you like to listen to?
Well, I usually listen to an assortment of game soundtracks, from the Halo universe, hence my name, or whatever comes along, when I've got it on random.
So your favorite's the Halo music?
Among others, yes.
Alrighty, so tell us, what type of hobbies do you have?
When I'm not working, I enjoy helping people and playing games.
Very nice. And tell us, what type of goals do you have 10 years from now?
Well, on the server, hopefully be doing what I'm doing now. IRL, likewise, doing what I'm doing now, which is working in a retail environment.
Oh, you must be a strong person to work through retail. I've heard many horror stories about working in retail. Is it very difficult?
I've had a couple of interesting people, but they're mostly good to work with and learn from. Lot of veterans.
So tell us, Spartan, what is your favorite movie or genre of movies?
Good lord, now you're making me think.
Take your time.
I don't really watch too many movies, but I enjoy watching the Red vs. Blue series and the Harry Potter films when they were out.
Red versus Blue, nice. I love that show.
I'm looking forward to the next season. Got them all on DVD thus far.
That's dedication.
It most certainly is.
Alright, Spartan, what is your favorite animal?
It'd have to be a tie between felines and canines.
Oh, that's a pretty tough choice. So if you were to have one as a pet, which would you choose?
I've already got both.
Aw. Alright, Spartan. If there was one thing you could do or have in life, and you can get as creative as you want with this, what would it be?
I have absolutely no idea. Aside from the usuals, I guess.
The usuals?
You know, money, good house. I definitely know what I would like.
Which is?
It'd be nigh impossible to obtain. Full
What?
set of Spartan armor.
That's good thought, yeah. But would you be able to control it though?
Oh,
Without breaking
naturally.
every bone in the body.
Well, the question was, with any be as creative as I'd like. Well, it naturally would come with the with all the requirements, including the bone augmentations.
Okay.
But that's a whole nother story, and we quite don't have time for that.
No, we don't.
So tell us, Spartan, what are your topics of interest?
Gaming, helping people, and casual conversation. But then again, it's all about having a good time.
Aw, that's lovely. And so tell us, Spartan, and this one's optional. What Myers-Briggs personality are you?
Who's a what now?
I
Myers-Briggs
get like
personality.
Yeah, but I remember hearing that about a couple months ago, but have no idea, cannot quite recall what it meant.
That's fine. Alrighty, so while Michael opens it up, what's gonna occur next is that for this interview, because we are doing the Hoenn teams, Team Magma and Team Aqua, what we did is that we got the other team to ask the other team's questions. So for this interview, Michael here is going to be reading off questions written by none other than Team Aqua's leader, Weedle.
Bloody pirate.
So, leader of Team Magma, I have some questions for you from Wheelie, man 91, also a team leader, but of Aqua, and also a bureau, chief
Bloody
bureau.
pirate.
Of our Wiggly Weedle team is what Michael's trying to say.
Yeah. So Team Magma is known for their fire type Pokemon. If Magma had to choose a second typing to use, what typing would that be?
The Team Magma that I run has 6 typings that are allocated on PokeMC. Primary 3 being Fire, Ground, and Rock. However, as that gives us a tremendous weakness to Water, which is completely unacceptable, we brought in 3 additional typings. Dark, Poison, and Steel.
Okay.
Which does include Things like Mightyena, Crobat, Steelix, things that allow us to completely annihilate any threats that end up, well, being a threat.
Okay. In your quest on awakening the puny Groudon, this is Wheelie's words, not mine. Why did you think the blue orb was the one that will control Groudon?
The blue orb was designed to respond to its weakness, hopefully bring it into submission so that we could control it and therefore use its power to fight back, improve its weaknesses, such and the like. In the ways that one would walk on hot coals to try and beef up the soles of their feet, or go wandering through a cave to get rid of the fear of darkness. You can only improve by targeting one's fears or weaknesses.
Question number 3. Adding to that, why was Groudon hiding inside a sea cavern? He is a fire ground type. Why not in a volcano?
Well, one can only assume that millions of years ago, when they had that ginormous fight, back then, that was the tip of the landmass. Think about it a little bit.
We'll let the viewers think about that.
And it's time for a weekly Weedle special report. My name is Archie, and I'm from Team Aqua. And why Maxie makes you think, which, by the way, Maxie, why? They're supposed to enjoy the show. Anyways, you guys, back to what I was saying. Did you know, for those who only watch the weekly Weedle show, that we have special weekly Weedle issues on the server? That's right. Want to see a copy? All you have to do is go to /warp news, enter the building, and boom, you're going to see a nice shop that Weekly Weedle provides. And all you have to do is just shop, browse, and you can get all the latest issues from issue 1 to the latest issue of issue 12. Simple and easy, and low on cost. That's right, you guys. So go on, get yourself a new copy, and maybe you get to see what Silphco's hiding from you. Or maybe you're going to get to see an origin story. Don't miss out. And remember, don't be a maxi, and buy yourself a copy today. Now, back to this guy. Believe it, man. Making you think? God dang.
If you had to choose your own legendary Pokemon besides Groudon, what would that Pokemon be?
I would have to say either Entei or... it's got to be another one. Heatran. I think that was it, the Sinnoh volcano thing living up in that top right corner.
Throughout the Pokemon anime series, Maxie is more behind scenes, and his admins do a majority of Magma works. Is that the same now? Basically, in Willie's words, lazy Spartan for shame.
I'm going to drop something extremely heavy on that base of his. And by extremely heavy, I mean we will be dropping something extremely heavy on it. My admins are fully trusted and have the exact power levels needed to get the job done. We all work to our strengths. Mine is planning, my admins are action.
We Team Aqua revolve around the philosophy that we humans are greedy, and as we grow and expand, Pokemon population will slowly decrease. So we wanted to provide the ideal home for Pokemon. You thought that expansion was the best for humanity, but if your plan did come true, how would you continue your rule once Pokemon became obsolete? Since you needed Pokemon to complete your goal.
There is a time and a place for discussions such as those. Some of that is classified and cannot be revealed, while other parts can be.
Okay, what about the parts that can be?
Well, obviously there's there is more than enough water on this world for all of the water types, and eliminating all of them is not an option. So we're going to be stopping at a suitable point. But yes, there's more than one way around the situation.
Yeah.
That is why we plan. That is why we work behind the scenes to get the job done.
So, last question. Do you think there will be a day that Team Aqua and Team Magma will be peacefully among each other?
Well, he's already one step in that general direction by mating with a Kyogre. But let's just say, for now, there are no aggressive actions planned.
Okay.
Can't speak for a month in the future, or a year, or 10 years. But for now, there are no actions planned.
Well, thank you for the questions, Wheelie, if you are tuning in and watching this. And thank you, Spartan, for answering them. Let's see later on what type of questions Spartan has asked Wheelie when we go to do our Team Aqua interview. And so thank you, people, for tuning in. All right.
Oh, those questions are going to be fun.
Alright, see you next time in a little bit. Bye, peoples. And thank you, Spartan, for coming. Hello, fans. So we have you today because today we are doing the other half of the Hoenn Villain Team interview. So today's special guest is none other than Team Aqua's leader, Wheelie Man, who is also one of our fellow weekly Weedle staff.
Not just
So hi, Wheelie.
Not just Wheelie Man. Wheelie Man 91.
Either way. I mean, Wheelie is Wheelie. Huh, Wheelie?
Yeah.
So anyways, to start out with, we are going to start out with the basic interview questions. So what got you hooked on the Poke MC?
Really, I'm gonna be straight honest out of the gun. I'm gonna have to say it was Popo, but also some part of the what you guys do with the community. But I really have to say it's Popo because I was on 3 other servers because of my computer, and in this one I was actually about to leave when Popo did something pretty hilarious and like, you know what, I like this guy, and I've been here ever since. 3 years.
Aw. Well, that's lovely. I know
Yeah,
we are
even-
very happy to have you here.
Even though, you know, it might not look like that with me and Popo, but yeah.
Alright, Wheelie. And also, what got you hooked on Pokemon?
I played Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, but I didn't really get hooked to it. I mainly got hooked to it once the Hoenn region came out. 3rd gen is really my favorite gen, and of course when I saw Kyogre, I don't know, I like Kyogre better than Groudon. I felt like the 3rd gen had so much to do. You had Latios they had to catch, and just the story wise, so it just got me hooked, and ever since then I've just been hooked on Pokemon.
Aw. Alrighty, Wheelie. Tell us, what do you like to do most on Poke MC?
First, I like to say that that's an imposter. We have to have this up first. But yeah, what I like to do Poke MC besides, you know, being around the wife is run my team. I always try to, you know, have something for my team to do like that. We have like a actual active community. Of course, helping Poke MC. If you guys don't know, I am also a mod of Poke MC, so I could be doing something, building, and someone's like, "Oh man, something's happening." I'm always there. like always there, trying to be there, and I always like to welcome people. Because when I was first here, I was welcomed, and I was like, wow, been to 3 servers before this, and this is the first one that welcomed me. And I really like helping the community. And lastly, like sticking with the helping the community, I always try to bring something to the community. Like right now, I am working on a project, and while the project's being done, you guys are reading these Silk Coast stories that is tied into that project. So keep an eye on that.
Yes, because I love those stories, and I can't wait to see what's in the next one. So, what type of music do you like, Wheelie?
I kind of listen to a little bit of everything, hip hop, rap, some of the Latin music. Because of my family members, I've listened to Latin music, a little bit of country here and there, rock, but I mostly stick to the classic side. So I really don't have like a particular genre that I like. I like to listen to anything that's basically you hear on the radio, like the top hits. But I like music. I generally listen to everything.
Alrighty, and so tell us. Although I must ask though, do you have any like favorite songs at least out of all of that, since you have such varied music tastes?
Well, seeing that my name is Wheelie, I kind of got stuck to the song Trying to Catch Me Riding Dirty.
Nice.
Only because there's also some pretty good parodies of that song too.
Alrighty, and so tell us next, Wheelie, what type of hobbies do you have?
Prior to the Pokemon C and gaming, I also do YouTube just to keep myself, to get myself distracted from things. So I do YouTube. I also just hang out with friends by going out to the movies, and a little bit of hiking. I have a dog, so I try to keep myself moving by going hiking with the dog. So basically gaming, also YouTubing, and going out to the movies.
Oh, nice. And so next, tell us, Wheelie, what type of goals do you have 10 years from now?
Honestly, Michael kind of hit that in the head when we did his interview. I really don't have a major goal. If I did have a goal that I will want to stick to, is trying to grow my YouTube channel. I really want to work from home than actually leaving my home for work. But if I did have to make a goal, probably is to grow the YouTube channel so I can actually work from home.
Aw, yeah, working from home is the blast, because then you don't have to change. You can. Alrighty, Wheelie, then tell us next. What is your favorite movie or genre of movies?
More of the action and comedy side, so any action movies up Down the Sea or in any comedy movies. My favorite action movie so far is the whole Fast and the Furious series. I've watched every one of them, and I've owned every one of them but the last one since it's not out yet. And comedy movie, that has to be a tough one because there's a lot of good ones. But if I had to say a good comedy movie, it'd be anything with Robin Williams.
Ooh, any favorites of those movies?
I can't remember the name, but the one where he was the nanny, and then the Popeyes one of his earlier ones.
Yeah, that one would be Mrs. Doubtfire.
There you go. Oh man, that one was a good one.
I really like Patch Adams. Alrighty then, Wheelie, tell us next, what is your favorite animal?
It would have to be the dog. Only because being the state I am, I need a lot of help. So you can really train the dog to do things for me. It makes me even more lazy. So kudos to the dog.
Beautiful. Alright, now tell us, Wheelie, if there is one thing you could do or have in life, what would it be?
Uh, I've heard these questions so many times and I still never have an answer. Uh, Honestly, I don't watch Star Wars much, but if I was to have the power like the Force, that would be awesome because then I really wouldn't have to get up to get anything.
That does sound pretty good. Alrighty, Wheelie. And tell us next, what are your topics of interest?
Well, obviously you guys know gaming, going out to movies, but I also am a big sports fan, mainly basketball and football. Uh, you guys about speaking PL, we both are almost into the same teams. Big Washington Redskins fan. So if I'm not actually gaming, I'm actually watching sports, or I'm also used to do sports. So it's either gaming, sports, or just being active outside.
Nice. Alright, Wheelie. And the last question, this one's optional. What Myers-Briggs personality are you?
Honestly, I have no idea. I never had the time to take the test. So really have nothing to give or say there.
That's alright, Wheelie. Alrighty. And so, as we do with Spartan, the next set of interview questions will be asked by Michael. And these have been questions that have been written by none other than Team Magma leader, Spartan. So, Michael,
Yes.
would you like to take it away from here?
Sure thing. So I have some questions, like Lilo said, from Spartan. Just like you had questions for Spartan. So what's it like to lead a team from your perspective, to give out orders and have them followed?
It's very different, but at the same time, like not hard, only because I had like a little bit of experience, like leading a bit. I used to be mod plus, so I had to lead a bit with the mods. So I tried to took that aspect to my team, where I made it friendly and know that I'm not going to be harsh with them, and anything, if they have anything, they can come up to me. So to lead the team, it is a bit difficult because you want to make sure it's good for the team, but at the same time you don't want to be harsh, because then you want your members to be happy. So I try to be fair with my teams and make sure that communication is key, and that if they feel like something happens, they're not in trouble for it, but more like, hey, it's okay, you can change from it.
Okay. In the time that you've led Team Aqua, what's your proudest achievement?
To really be honest, since leading Team Aqua, I really feel the biggest achievement with Aqua is the growth. Since I joined Aqua before I led it, I think the most members we had was like 9. But to see that I've been, since I took over and I've been leading and trying to make a move with active players, even though there's not too active this time, but we do have active players, but there's still growth there, and that I'm actually now leading like one of the top big teams. Not saying that it's not bad to have a small team, but just knowing that I've been able to accomplish on growing Team Aqua from when I was a grunt myself to leader.
Okay. So do you have any moments that you're not proud of? Like, call them accidents, if you will?
I don't really like to think back. I don't have any that I could think of. To be honest, I don't. I know there's times where I could say, "What are you doing?" But like then again, they're not. My members know that if I come to them directly, that they know I'm not gonna just call them out for it or do something bad with them. But so to say that I have any regret of anything or think that I did anything wrong or anything like that, I really don't think so.
Okay. So my next question, or Spartan's next question, really, is most people ask, or sorry, if you could get the Pixelmon devs to add a certain Pokemon, excluding Sun and Moon and Legendaries, into the next update, what would it be and why?
Of course, it would have to be a water Pokemon. There's already so many good water ones out. I would have to say Manaphy, if it's not out yet, because I don't keep up with it. But if Manaphy's not out yet, we would really love the next water legendary Pokemon to be represent us would be Manaphy.
So most people ask for your favorite Pokemon. I'm not most people. What's your hated, or what's your most hated one and why?
Ooh, my most hated Pokemon. Zubat. Has to be Zubat. Most people think that it's just because of the cave, but it's not the cave. It's like the poor thing is used for like to show how. Oh my god! But they just used to show weakness sometimes. Like the most weak team members in the early games had Zubat. Then you look at the weak trainers you had to beat had Zubat. So you've seen it so much in the game that it's just annoying to see. I'm gonna try to do the interview. I've seen enough of it. Even the shiny form doesn't give it any appealing to it.
Okay. I mean, everyone has their reasons for hating Pokemon. I mean, yeah, okay. Another question of Spartans, going off tact for a minute. When you're not on PokeMC, you play on local Minecraft world, or whether it's survival or not?
I'm gonna be completely honest. The only Minecraft I do is PokeMC, and then single player when I'm about to do a major build for the team. Other than that, it's either PokeMC or just building for Aqua.
Oh. PokeMC all the way. Okay. How's your marriage with going with that Kyogre?
Going really, really well. We just got together, so it's going really, really well.
And last question is, if you have any advice for someone if you have any advice for someone wanting to start a team on PokeMC, what would you say to them?
First, before anything, is prepare and know what you want to do with the team. I've seen people that say, like recently they say, Plasma's open, or I think it's Plasma, but they're open. And the first thing they do is, guys, I need 4 members for Plasma to start. I need 4 members. And once you have those 4 members, what are you gonna do? You have the members, but then you're completely lost. You gotta, you have to have a base. You have to have a structure. And just what are you gonna, once you have the structure and base, what are you gonna do with the team? So I recommend, because this is what I did when Zed said, hey, I'm going, I don't want to leave Aqua unattended, so I'm leaving you. Before I even started recruiting, I had the team to myself for at least a month before I started recruiting, just thinking what I want to do with Team Aqua and how Team Aqua is going to run in the future. And that's what I did. It's before you even start, I think Willow could go with this because she's done school, is just think of what you're going to do with the team and how you're going to run the team and what you're going to do with the team in the future. Because if you had the members and then the members are there and you're going to go, all right, so what are we going to do? Your members isn't supposed to tell you what you're going to do. That's why you're the leader. You're supposed to tell them how you want to run it, and they're going to help you run it and give you ideas of how to run it. But going after and just saying, I'm going to start a team, all right, I got 4 members, let's do this. It's just not a smart way to start. Just, at least to me, always plan ahead.
Right. And as a team leader myself, I know that each team runs differently. So,
Yeah.
like, the team build contest. Shout out for team build contest that's going on. I didn't even bring it up. Someone else brought it up to me, and I'm like, if you want to lead it, go ahead. And so now we got a team build contest that's being led and by another member. So yeah.
Yeah, I tried bringing it up to my team, but they're like, is that going to be for Aqua? And I was like, no. Then it's okay. So I like how my members are really dedicated to my team. We are having an event right now, so I think they're more focused on the event than actually doing the actual build contest. But they're always free to do it as long as, you know, they have an idea. But like you said, each team is run differently, but at the same time, each team has a plan. Like they have a plan set to how the team is run.
I was just going to say, like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, because I mean, like, I myself, I'm not much of a builder person. I mean, smaller scale, it's fine. But I mean, I have, like, on Team Skull, I have a building admin who is Sir, and so he's the main one who orchestrates that. So we just leave that pretty much to him. And yeah, but there is something. Oh, Wheelie went to AFK. Anyways, there's Wheelie. There is something though in it for the teams, you know, should they win the build competition, because they at least get money to the team and also Poke statues for the base. So that is something to consider. And for those of you who are team leaders who are watching this video, yep, that's also something to consider. So please check out the team competition on the forum. Also too, in response to this episode, and thank you, Wheelie, for being here and for writing Spartan's questions.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
And in response to that, to you viewers, alright, so I want to see how many of y'all have been paying attention to these videos. And so comment down, once this video gets posted, comment down on the forums who you thought wrote the most savage questions and who you thought had the most savage responses. Comment that down below, and I will randomly give out 50k to one viewer.
And your answers can only be Spartan or Wheelie, because we don't really count in that savagey.
But you must also say why.
Yes, yes. Toodaloo!
Thank you.
Bye-bye.